Yo, what is up, everybody? So today I'm doing a review of my 2015 Volkswagen Jetta SE. It has the 1.8 liter turbo, the 6-speed automatic transmission, and it is so far my favorite car I've ever driven. It does have its problems here and there, and I'll talk about that here in a couple minutes. But I thought that we would do a little bit of a driving video, and then we'll go through an overview of it and some of the systems it has. The only modification that's been done so far is I put a different air filter on it. It has a K&N, so you should be able to hear. The turbo a little bit better, and the wastegate, you can hear it, you know, go. It's an overall really fun car to drive. It's quite low to the ground for me. I went from driving a 2009 Ford Ranger to driving this. The Ford Ranger is louder, but I plan on doing some exhaust to it, so we don't need to worry about that. I'm new to Jettas. I just ordered an OBD 11 port so that I can do some of the cool things on it. It has a max speed of about 126 before you remove the limiter, which is quite easy to do. As well as it makes about 170 horsepower and about, I don't know, 180 foot-pounds of torque is I think what it says. But you know, it's just a really cool car to have. There's a lot of comfort things, like we have the moonroof here, or sunroof, however you want to call it. It does have an aftermarket sunroof controller, which is a little bit on the weird side. It's actually plumbed into the headlights and tail light circuit breakers, which is really, really weird for me, and it scares me because this was a used car. I paid about $5,500 for it from what I would suggest you guys look out for this. I thought it was a single party, like somebody selling it individually, and it turns out it was a dealer selling this car, which is not cool that they would just say that, oh, it's one thing, and the next thing you know, it's a dealership car and you gotta go to a dealership. The biggest, I guess, complaint about the car is the quality that I got it in. It's in really good shape. You'll guys see here in a minute. It's in a really good shape for what it is and how much it cost. But at the same time, it's a little bit more, there's a little bit more damage to it than I originally had anticipated. I just want to take a look at some of these cars, you know. Some of these newer. I'm actually at a Volkswagen Mercedes dealership. Volkswagen, Mercedes, and Volvo. It's kind of a weird big three, and here's like a brand new Copo. This guy's looking at some Mercedes Benz, I see. So that's pretty nice. I do like Mercedes, and I'm gonna be trying my best to not hit one of the $100,000 plus Mercedes Benz that are just sitting here. Anyway, so man, those are nice Jettas. They literally look identical to what I have right now. How much is that Jetta? It's a 2017 for $14,897. It's not too bad. I just neutral slammed it by accident. Oops. It does have some get up and go to it, for being a little. There's a Lamborghini Gallardo. That's interesting to be driving around there, bud. Nice car, though. Beautiful. It's in yellow. So, it is a fast car. It's not too fast, though. The turbo is like the perfect size for it. It spools right at about 2,500 RPM. We're about to hit the highway, so we'll do a couple of pulls here. You guys won't be able to see the speedo. I might include a video or something with the speedo or something like that. So we're in third gear. 40, 50. I'm not even full throttle because I know this corner is a tough corner to hit. It's a very like tight 45-degree corner, which doesn't sound very much until you drive it. This is also another really tough corner right here. We're still in 5th gear, about 60, which is about 2100 RPM. And we'll just slam her down into 3rd gear. 4th at 85. There's 92. 100. 5th gear, which pulls. We're about 111. 120. Into 6th gear at max speed. So it's not that bad. It's pretty good. It's got some nice little pull to it. I gotta figure out this traction control thing though, because the light's gonna piss me off. But that's why I got that OBD11 thing, just because Volkswagen's got a CAN bus system on it, which is a little bit special. So there's certain things that will and will not work with it. But you guys can hear that turbo spool. It sounds really good with that K&N air filter. It is a pod filter. The way I did it is a little bit on the sketchy side. Intercooler, it's got some iffy intercooler things. It goes radiator, intercooler, heat exchanger for the air conditioning system, which is a little bit on the weird side. It is a fun little car to drive. It's very comfortable. It's got, actually, second day of owning it, I blew the entire right side tires on it. I hit a pothole. And it will spin all the way through 2nd gear. Obviously it would right now since the freaking traction control is not working for me. It recommends 91. We don't really have 91 here, and I'll actually just keep driving and I'll do a UE and come back to get some gas here in a minute or two. Maybe I will take you guys off my thing. I don't think I can switch you guys, can I? I don't think so, no. Damn, okay. I'm stuck with you guys like this. So, but it is a really good, like, platform, I want to say, because it's got a lot of ability to be modified. The fuel system I have to work on. That's why I'm getting that. Again, I'm getting that OBD11. It's got functions, I believe, like the power windows, so that you can hold down your remote and the windows will go down. There's a pro version for the OBD11. I'm going to do a review on it, I think. Well, I can't really do a review. Well, I'll figure it out. I'm probably going to do a review on it just to explain some things, because there's a lot of videos I've seen and they don't explain it very well. There's a lot of bicyclists. It's the freaking coronavirus, I guess, boys. But, you know, so can I flip the camera at all? That's just gonna take a screenshot, so no. Okay, well, here we go. We're gonna do another 5th gear, 4th gear, 60. I'm actually gonna hit the button and slap it and drive. 78, 80, 90, and 100. So it has a little button on the pedal, and I'm being serious when I say that. It's got a EPC electronic pedal control system. What that means is that the pedal's connected to the floor, not through a cable linkage, and it's all electronic. Which means that if you, at least with my car, when you put your foot down, there's a spot, you'll feel resistance and it'll just kind of stop there. But if you push it slightly farther, there's a little button, and it will click and it drops it. If you're at a certain rate speed, it'll drop down to 3rd gear, and it will just launch it. And it's pretty advanced from the 2009 Ford Ranger that I used to have. But overall, it's a really cool car for what it is. I paid this car, my dad still thinks to this day, he looks at it, he's like, never in my wildest dreams would I thought that we would have paid $5,500 for this car. That car is worth, you know, $8,000 basically. And he's right. It has they had 130,000 miles on it when I got it, so. It gets up, man. That's for damn sure. Fucking Michigan drivers, man. They literally are the worst. kind of hauling ass through here though, so I probably should slow down. It's like 45 and over here going like 100. My only complaint that I think a lot of Volkswagen owners hear is for when this thing breaks. Like everything when it comes to Volkswagen is more expensive. Like my truck fuel filter is 15-20 bucks, I think. This fuel filter, like I said, was $30. It takes a special kind of oil, so please note that, you guys. Don't just look up, oh, it takes 5W30. Cool, I'm just gonna use that. Don't do that, you guys. Honestly, consult the owner's manual or call up a dealership. This little puppy uses 5.5 quarts, I believe, which is a little bit on the interesting side. But yeah, I mean, it's a phenomenal car. It's a nice Mustang. Love the race. It's a Shelby, actually. It's got a squeaky freaking brake or something, man. That thing's annoying. But it is a really good car. I highly suggest you guys, if you're looking at a good, you know, I obviously can seat 5 people. So if you're looking for a good 5-seater, 4-door, it's got tons of trunk space. I do have a sub with mine, but that doesn't really matter. But if you guys are looking for just a good daily driving car that gets good gas mileage, right now I am chilling at 70 miles an hour. I'm getting 56 miles again right now, but it usually I'm sitting around 40 to like 42 miles per gallon on the highway when I'm not racing people. But apart from that, like, the gas mileage is really good. It's a really like fun car to drive. It's not just lame and, you know, there's no fun to it. You know, you can have some fun. It's not just a family car that you have to drive your family. It's not like a what are they called? Station wagon or whatever the heck they are. Minivan, thank you. Even though minivans are pretty fast. But yeah, it's got like active shutters and stuff. It's got all these technology stuff in it. It's really kind of weird. I'm not used to all this technology. But yeah, it's I highly suggest you guys look into it if you're, you know, considering it, if you're, you know, even remotely thinking. I ran out of recording space. But yeah, if you guys are at all looking at wanting to get one of these things, or if you want to drive one, or if you think that they're at all nice, test drive one. Like, literally, these things are amazing. It's the most comfortable thing, in my opinion. It feels awesome. It drives awesome. And just overall, it's just a fun car to drive. It feels good. It's got like a 5-star IIHS safety rating. It's a safe car. It's just, you know, everything about it is fun. Here I am dusting the fuck out of a Chevy. But yeah, it's a fun car. You guys, seriously, like, oh, it's a Volkswagen Jetta. You know, my friend Zach always says to me, if you ever race somebody, think about it this way. If you win, they just lost to a Jetta. But if you lose, well, you still have a Jetta. So that's how I think about it. I've always wanted a Jetta, and they're awesome cars. I can see why people like them so much. By far my favorite car so far. Now, yes, my dream car is still an Audi TT, but I can't really get that right now. So for a college car or a family car or a just drive to work car, this is a phenomenal car for anybody. But yeah, so I wanted to thank you guys so much for tagging along for this video. If you guys liked it, please subscribe. I'm gonna make this one video, and then I'm gonna make the review portion of it, like the outside exterior stuff, a different video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.